Namaskar. Welcome to Clyde Samvada, brought to you by the Hindu Temple of Scotland. Today we have Anupam with us, and today we are going to continue our series on the Bhagavads, the Bhakti of Bhagavan. So as it is said that if you want to reach God, you need to be with His Bhakts. They are the only one who is going to take them.
Yeah.
As we discussed previously in one of our episodes about Bharat Maharaj. So today, Anupam ji, who do we have with us today?
So I think today let's just touch upon what they refer to as the Mahabhagavats, which is the 12 Mahabhagavats, and there is a bit of a reference in the Srimad-Bhagavad as well, where Krishna, in an answer to a question from Arjun, says Mahajano yena gatat sapantha. So walk the path of the Mahajans to achieve your goals. So this can also be meant, if your goal is Sri Hari, then walk the paths that is shown by these 12 Mahabhagavats.
So the word Dvadash means 12 basically.
12, yes.
For the people who are not very familiar with the language.
Of course.
Okay. So who are these 12 Mahabhagavats? First of all, where is that mentioned? In Bhagavad Gita, as you said, yeah?
So the reference is in the Bhagavad Gita, but there is a very nice slok. They say that it's a very nice way to pratah swarami. So in the morning, you remember the saints, you remember the rishis, you remember all the auspicious people. So these are also pratah smaraniya every morning. If you imagine if you're actually remembering the 12 Mahajans, the Dvadash Mahabhagavats. So there is a slok that is found in the Srimad-Bhagavatam, Mahapuran, I don't know the exact reference, but very famous Ajamil Lopakhyan, where it's about one Brahmin, his name was Ajamil, and how he, it's to explain the significance of the greatness of the name of Sri Hari, of Narayan. And in his last moment, how he because some saints had advised him to name his youngest son as Narayan, and because they saw this coming, and he did that, and at the last moment when his pranas were being taken away by the Yamduts, that's when he tried to remember his son, and he just called out to his son Narayan, and the last moment is a very significant, it's a very, very, very crucial in every human's life. So that's when the Parshads from Vaikuntha, they came and they said, hands off, we're taking him away. And he was a very, he had done a lot of sins and other things. So the Yamdut said, no, just look at his account, just look at his karmic account. How can he go to Vaikuntha, right? There's no way. And then there's a conversation between them, very beautiful conversation, a lot of detail. And they explain the logic and they take him away. So the Yamduts, they go to Yamraj and they narrate this whole incident. And that's when Yamraj, who is their master, he explains to them that that's exactly right what they did, and he explains the logic behind it. And as part of this whole katha, he talks about this 12 Dvadash Mahabhagavat, and the slok goes svayambhur naradah sambhuh kumarah kapilo manuh prahlado janako bhismo balir vaiyasakir vayam. So the vayam is himself. Yamraj is the 12th Mahabhagavat. So these are just a context on these 12 Mahabhagavats.
Okay, so this shloka was uttered by Yamraj,
yes.
When the Yamduts told them that, we went to take Ajamil, but we could not bring him because the people from Vaikuntha came to take him.
Yes.
And then they asked that how could it be?
Yes.
Wow. So just the one uttered one
at the last
name,
moment, yes.
And that was also not from his heart because he was calling his son actually.
It was Namabhas, as they call it. He was not. The intention was not to call out to Narayan. The intention was to call his son. But just as they say, aniccha, right? Without having the intention of touching fire. If you touch fire accidentally, it will burn you. Mm-hmm. So that is a property of the name.
Oh wow! So I believe once in one of the lectures I heard that even when somebody said, hurry up. Even in that you are saying Hari, and that's not your intention of the Hari Bhagwan. Still you will get the fun of that because it's one of the name.
That's correct.
So it's beautiful. So when we talk about this 12 Mahabhagavats, right? So Can you just list out all of them like individually? How do we know all of them from different shastras?
Of course, so I think everyone will be familiar, but let me just, so that's what the shlok says. So the first one is svayambhur. So svayambhur is Brahmaji, of the Trinity. So svayambhur is self-born. Even so, you'll have that he was born from the Nabhi Kamal, the Padmanabh of
Mahavishnu.
Of Mahavishnu, correct? So it's Swayambhur, he's called as Swayambhur. He's the first son of Vishnu, if you can call it that way. And then Narad Muni, everyone knows. He's the rishi of the devtas, not of this. He's the rishi of the gods.
Mm-hmm.
So Narada Sambhuh. So that is Shiva. So he's you can't describe the relation between Shiva and Vishnu. They are one. Is what we believe. And then kumarah. So the four Sanatan, Sanat Kumar. So they were the first. They are, as we call it when we do the tarpan and everything, they are the purvaj of our purvaj. They are the ancestors of our ancestors. So they were the first Manas Putra of Brahma. When Brahma was asked to create the creation, he started with the Manas Srishti, with the mental, and he created these four. And so they have this boon of always being not more than 5 years old. So you'll see them in Digambar state in many of those photographs, very beautiful photographs, and they have a lot of stories about them. But these are the four Kumar, Sarat Kumar as we call them.
Mm-hmm.
Kapilo, that's the next one. So Kapil Muni, who created the Sankhya Shastra, you can refer to as a cause and effect theory if you call it that way. The Karya and Karan, right from Purush Prakriti, how the Srishti is created, the Trigun, Satwaraj, Tam, and then from there, Purush Prakriti, the Trigun, and then, not exactly recalling, but, how the 5 elements are created, and, and then the Panch Tattvas, from the Atma, right, to the gross level of the 5 Tattvas, which form our body. So, he has explained the Sankhya Shastra. And he's part of the 24 Vishnu avatars as well. Manuh, so the Manu Maharaj, so the one who started with the Maithun Srishti.
Mm-hmm.
After Brahmaji did not have a lot of luck with creation, with his Manas Srishti, as all of them just went on the path of salvation. So he created Manu and Shatrupa. So Manu Maharaj is also a Mahabhagavat. Prahlad was the son of Hiranyakashipu. So again, Hiranyaksh, Hiranyakashipu, they were the two Parshads, they were Vishnu Parshads, Jai and Vijay. So they say, on the 4 directions of Vaikuntha, you have these, I forgot the names of those Parshads, so very mighty, very mighty bodyguards, door guards of Vaikuntha, Jai and Vijay. So, and Prahlad, I've even read that Prahlad was an Ansh avatar of the Sanat Kumars.
Okay.
So, again, and Prahlad's Guru Dev was Narad Muni.
Okay.
So, he was, so the gods were taking away the Devtas, there was a Devarsut Sangram, and they were taking away Kayadu, the wife of Hiranyakashipu, while he was doing penance of Brahmaji to be able to fight Vishnu.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when Narad Muni says, look, she has the seed of a very potent Vishnu Bhakt, so no one's taking, she's coming with me. So Narad Muni kept her in his ashram, and that's where Prahlad gained everything in the womb. So Maharaj Janak, so he was a Jivan Mukt. Again, many stories about him. He was the place where Jagdamba Sita ji came in, right? So you can imagine what kind of a soul he was, what kind of a personality he was. And Bhismo Pitama, one of the 8th Vasu, and he was, the Vishnu Sahasranam is given in the Mahabharata by Bhishma to the Pandavas, right? That's the Vishnu Sahasranam, and you can just go on and on. He was Ajay, no one could beat him.
Yeah, definitely.
His brahmacharya and his and then Balir is the grandson of Prahlad. So the Vaman avatar to whom Vishnu had to go and ask for alms, if I can say it that. And now he is, so the story goes that he is in one of the lower, the 7 loks above, so he is one of the lower lokas, and the next Manvantar, maybe we can talk about this, is he's supposed to be the Indra of the next Manvantar, and Vishnu in Vaman form is guarding him. He's protecting him until then. So he wanted to become Indra. He had performed, that number of yajnas, but the Devtas went to Vishnu and said, please stop him. Finally, Vishnu said, okay, you want to become Indra? Hang on, the next one is you. So he's in queue.
Mm-hmm.
So vaiyasakir, the next one is Shukdev Muni. So he's the son of Vedvyas. And vayam, that's the last part, is Yamraj himself. He's a very... If you listen to his in the Mahabhagavad, in the Mahabhagavads, so it's just beautiful. It says Samvad with Nachiketa, his Samvad with Sati Savitri. So amazing, Yamraj. So you'll get a different perspective. So Vidurji was an Anshavatar of Yamraj. Because of a curse, he had to come down.
Mm-hmm.
Vidur Niti, and you see how Krishna went to, Krishna's relation with Vidur, it was a special one.
Yeah.
It's just carry on of the Yamraj thing.
Beautiful. So these 12 Mahabhagavats, so if anyone just follows the path that they walked in their life, definitely you will reach abode of Vishnu.
Oh yes. Yeah, you probably won't want to go there, like Hanumanji, he doesn't want to go there.
Yeah.
Just want to be with where these people are.
Just doing seva, and that's it.
That's where you, yeah.
Okay, so these are the 12 Mahabhagavats, as you said, right? So is there a different, also like another, any more to this, in addition to these list, or anywhere mentioned in the Shastras?
Very interesting. So I've also come across, so these are the Mahabhagavats. I've also come across the Param Bhagavats. Now don't do a comparison, this is Maha, this is Param, who's greater, which is the smaller, which is a tier, right? You cannot compare this. Everyone has a special place. If you ask Ram, do you like Sita, do you like, can you choose one of Lakshman, Sita, Hanuman, Bharat? You won't be able to. So he won't, right? So Vishnu won't be able to choose. So there is the Param Bhagavats also. Again, Pratasparaniya. If you can learn this sloka, it will be very good. You'll feel very good about yourself. And imagine Vishnu, he likes nothing more than someone taking the name of the bhaktas, right? So they take Vishnu's name and he remembers them. So that's their relation.
Mm-hmm.
So that sloka, it starts with Prahladji. It's an overlap. So Prahlad is there in the Maha, and he's there in the Param Bhagavats also. So it's Prahlad, Narad, Parashar. So Parashar Muni. So he was father of Vedvyas. Okay. Pundarik, this is from Maharashtra. You'll see that Pandrinathji, that Vitthal standing like this. So that's the story behind that. Vyas himself, Ambarish. So there's a story, a very famous story between of Durvasa Rishi going to test Raja Ambarish. Shukdev Muni, that's again Vaiyasakir, that is referred, again an overlap from that one. Shaunak Muni, if you read the Puranas, he along with a few lakhs of Munis, he's the one who is telling them, narrating the Puranas to them. So he's Shaunak Muni. And Bhishmo, once again an overlap. Prahlad, Narad, Parashar, Pundarik, Vyas, Ambarish, Shuk, Shaunak, Bhishma, Dalbhyan, I'm sorry, don't know too much about him. Rukmangad is another story that I'm not very familiar with. Arjun is the next one. Vasisht Muni, who's the guru, who's the, a Brahma Rishi, a direct, Manasputra of Brahmaji. Vasisht, Vibhishan is also a Param Bhagavat. These are the 14 Param Bhagavats.
Param Bhagavats as well. Well, thank you so much, Anupam, for giving us insight into the names of the Mahabhagavats and the Param Bhagavats. And I believe definitely everybody should refer to the Shastras and read the stories about them. Because I remember the Ajamilji stories because I was reading Srimad-Bhagavatam Mahapuran. And the details of it, like how a person who has not lived, a very, I would say, ideal human life, especially after being a Brahman, a born Brahman of a very high caliber, still living a very bad life, but still uttered the name of Bhagwan at the end moment, and thus it changed everything. And this also, I think, there's a two ways to it, because mostly people, how they think is, when the end moment will come, we will chant the name of Bhagwan. But that's not how it is going to happen because this Uttering the name of the Bhagavan, it is like exemplification in the Shastras, but whatever you have done for the rest of your life, that is the only things that are going to come to you.
That's exactly right. So the impressions you put on your chitta are ones that will play back. That video will play back at your last moment. That's how the architecture is. So if you put the impression of the Bhagavan Naam, there's no choice for that. But for that, so you pretty much practice your whole life for that last moment.
But
that can give you. It's worth it because that is what is a promise of giving liberation, of giving moksha.
Super. Thank you so much, Anupam. Thank you for enlightening us, and we will request our editing team to mention all especially the two slokas in the description of the as well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Namaskar.
My pleasure.